Chinese fishing nets are placed in rows on this shore. Far away, fishing boats are heading towards the estuary. The breeze carries a slight chill. I sat for a while observing the functioning of the Chinese nets and the seagulls circling around them. The Arikal Munakal estuary in Kodungalur is the gateway to the Periyar River's mouth. This estuary is known for dolphins frequently entering about a kilometer inland, earning Arikal Munambam Beach the nickname Dolphin Beach. I am currently at this dolphin beach, but I'm not here to see the dolphins. We have arrived at this estuary's coastline for another significant reason. About 2500 years ago, before Christ, there existed a massive port here. It wasn't just a port. It was likely a cosmopolitan industrial port with diverse languages, customs, lifestyles, and cultures. Giant ships from Greece and the Roman Empire would dock here. People from around 30 countries, including Egypt, Arabia, and China, visited this small part of Kerala, Kodungalur, for trade purposes. This might sound like a myth, but it was indeed considered a myth until archaeological excavations were conducted in 2007 at a small village near North Paravur called Pattanam. These excavations provided evidence that the stories about Muzris, a port city mentioned in Sangam literature and Greek-Roman works, weren't mere myths. It is not just the Indian authors and poets who wrote about Muzris. Muzris is also written about by Pliny, the Roman scholar of natural history. Pliny has called Muzris the first Indian emporium, where different goods were sold and bought by people from all around the world. The lost port of Muzris is mentioned in ancient Indian texts like Chilapadikaram and Sangam literatures. The area from Kodungalur to Paravur in Kerala was indeed a trading hub. However, a flood in the Periyar River or a tsunami hitting the Arabian Sea in 1341 led to the port disappearing forever. But if it had not been referenced in ancient Greek and Roman texts like the Periplus of Erythraean Sea and Ptolemy's geography, the city might have been labeled as a myth, just like another ancient lost cities. Why did the empires of that time all came to a small Kerala? It seems that they came in search of pepper. They valued the pepper and other spices of South India so much. In return, they showered pearls, coral, and gold. Not just that, ivory, silk, and other such goods were also part of the trade. Because of the description in ancient literatures, archaeologists were again induced to find the location of the city. As I sit here, I can vividly imagine the ancient town in my mind's eye. The massive Roman ships arriving at the port and the bargaining taking place in the cosmopolitan markets, teeming with the diverse cultures. In 1980s, the ASI initiated some preliminary excavations, but did not find anything significant, because of which no further attempts were made. The Kerala Council for Historical Research, an autonomous body established in 2001, took on the challenge and started excavation in 2007. What they discovered placed Pattanam on the world map of ancient archaeology. They found harbor structures like docks and warehouses, buildings with toilets, and signs of an organized settlement. They also unearthed pottery fragments, tools and utensils, and ornaments. However, any direct link to the lost city of Muzris was still missing. But everything changed in 2020. Some kids were playing in their uncle's backyard when they stumbled upon a button with a picture of Phoenix. A similar one was actually worn by Roman Emperor Augustus. For many historians, this was enough. Since then, they have discovered early Chera coins indicating local governance and economy. The city of Muzris was the epitome of wealth and luxury, where poets and writers saw rivers of liquor and treasures of gold. It is said that you could find anything at this trading port, and traders would earn a lot of wealth in its markets. According to a map known as Tabula Peutingeriana, drawn by Roman cartographs, the city of Muzris was one of the prime urban hubs of that era. This map was drawn in the 5th century, and so we know that at least till the 5th or 6th century, Muzris flourished. However, the city is not mentioned significantly in any of the later historical texts of India or the world. It is unclear whether it was flood in the Periyar River or another natural disaster like a tsunami that caused the destruction. Whatever it was, the massive port is no longer there. It has been washed away by the currents of time, becoming another lost city, veiled behind the curtains of time. But we can still see its remnants. It continues to exist with us through various cultures and historical monuments. Judaism, Islam, and Christianity first entered India through the estuary of Kodungalur. Today, this beach is as vibrant as any other in Kerala, and it stands as part of the Muzris Heritage Project. After the Pattanam excavation area visit and the Pattanam Museum, we visited the Muzris heritage sites of Paravur and Chendamangalam of Ernakulam district and Mala and Kodungalur of Thrissur district. The Paravur synagogue is a Jewish place of worship located in Ernakulam district of Kerala. While the general layout with the prayer hall with its holy ark and wooden rosettes decorating the ceiling is that of a typical synagogue, features like the outer padipura, the lamps in the prayer room, and the special seating arrangement for female devotees are all indications of the influence of the adopted land of the Jews. It was patronized by the Malabari Jews, also called Black Jews, or Jews born of union between the European Jews and the natives. The Palyam Palace was the official house of Palyatachan, the Prime Minister of the Cochin Princely State. The palace was the site of Palyam partition and has significant social value in addition to its historical importance. Darbar Hall, a notable feature where the Palyatachan interacted with subjects and resolved grievances. The museum houses historical records, family letters and informations on key events related to the palace and the Palyam family. The government of Kerala declared the palace as a heritage monument and conserved it as a museum under the Muzris Heritage Project. At Chandamangalam, there is one Holy Cross Church established by the Jesuit priests in 1577. It is also considered as historical monument in the Muzris Heritage Project zone. Near to it is the Chandamangalam Synagogue, worship place for Malabar Jews. But it was unfortunate. The synagogue was under renovation and we couldn't enter inside. The uniqueness of Chandamangalam Synagogue, what I noticed, is it lies more in its location than itself. It is situated in close proximity to a temple, a church, and a mosque within a few hundred meters of each other. The St. Thomas Syro-Malabar Church in Palayur, Kerala is traditionally considered the first Christian church in India, founded in 52 AD by St. Thomas the Apostle. St. Thomas is believed to have landed in Palayur and established one of the original 7 churches in India, making it a significant site for Christians in the country. Likewise, the Cheraman Juma Masjid in Kodungalur, Kerala is widely considered to be the first mosque in India, built around 629 CE by Malik Dinar on the orders of the Chera king Cheraman Perumal. Legends say that the king had a vision of the moon splitting, which the Arab merchants explained as a miracle performed by the Prophet Muhammad, leading the king to embrace Islam and instruct his followers to build a mosque in his native land. It is believed to be one of the oldest mosques in Indian subcontinent and the world. This old fort in Vaipin, Ernakulam district was built by Portuguese sailors in 1503 using just timber wood and later renovated in 1505 by replacing timber structures with stone. It is the oldest existing European fort in India. All these Muzris heritage routes are connected by special boats in Periyar River. Next is to visit Kottapuram Fort on the banks of the river Periyar. During ancient times, this fort was positioned on a strategic place and helped control the movements of ships and boats to and from Malabar. But today it is in ruins. Built by the Portuguese in 1523 CE, the Kottapuram Fort, also known as Kragnok Fort or Kodungalur Fort, was located in the mouth of the Periyar. Later, Hyder Ali of Mysore tried to negotiate with the Dutch in a bid to purchase the fort. But during Tipu Sultan's rule in Malabar on 31 July 1789, the then Maharaja of Travancore, Ramavarma Dharmaraja, purchased this fort, considering its importance in safeguarding the land and kingdom. He also bought the Pallipuram fort. In 1662 CE, the Dutch fleet attacked the fort but succeeded in capturing it only in 1663 CE. The attack caused much damage to the structure. Eventually, the Dutch reduced its size and used it as a place to look after their trade. The fort is now in shambles. However, restoration works is underway, and the development of the fort under the aegis of Muzris Heritage Project has facilitated excavation in the site. Kottapuram is a village near south of Kodungalur. The main rice trade in Kodungalur is at Kottapuram market. Historians believe that this market is as old as Sangam period. The site of the historic Portuguese fort is now under the protection of the Archaeological Survey of India. The cosmopolitan port of Muzris may not exist today, but we are reclaiming its memories. By preserving what's left, we are reconstructing that era. The Kochi Muzris Binale is part of this rediscovery.